added me in. So
hi, welcome everyone to my stream today. My name's Maisie. I'm from Devils United. And with me today, I've got Dana, I've got Talk Man United, and I've also got Reese. How are you all, everyone?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Buzzing.
So originally I was looking at doing Man United versus Wolves preview, but you know, us Man United fans, we've got something so much better at the moment what does need to be discussed. And the first thing what I am going to mention about, it's just going to be welcome home Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm still feeling goosebumps right now, and I want to go to you first, Talk, of how you're feeling about Ronaldo being here at Man United.
Oh, amazing! I'm absolutely over the moon with it. I really am. I'm buzzing. I'm so excited about the next 2 seasons. You know, this season, etc. He's just going to bring so much to the club. You know, the goals. He can play up front, or we can put him out on the right. You know, we can switch things up again. And like I just said briefly on the Man United agenda, I just popped in briefly just to have a quick 5 minutes. This gives Ollie now Ollie is now in a position where he must be thinking to himself, right, it's been forced upon him now that he must go out, all out attack now. We've got to. And I don't believe it's the end of the window for us. I think we're still going to try and pull in somebody, whether it be Camavinga or whether it be Ndidi, or even maybe try and get a deal done with West Ham for Declan Rice, with players going the other way. But either way, I think we're going to bring in somebody this window. And then for me, you know what, we've got more than enough to go out there and just put it on teams, because like Liverpool do, I've always mentioned the numbers game, which is that's what I call it, because when you think about how Liverpool, what Jurgen Klopp does is we have most possession. If in a game of football you have most of the possession, you create most of the chances, and then you convert most of those chances. It's the numbers game, because you then realise that, wait a minute, this team we're about to play, how much possession are they going to have? 20%, right? Not enough. How many chances are they going to create? 2. How many of those are they going to convert? On a really good day for them, if they get lucky, maybe 1.
None.
Maybe 1. Yeah, right. Maybe 1. But if Liverpool get 2, 3 chances, they will convert minimum 2. Usually, maybe even 3. So they will always outdo you, Liverpool. And that's the way Jurgen Klopp, his mentality is, we will always outscore them. We will always have more possession. We'll always keep the pressure on you. So now for us, for United, in Ollie's shoes right now, he must be so, like, I mean, do you know what? I will generally say now, quite openly, that I think that Ollie will now be, his mood will have been altered by this. I think he will be a little bit more nervous, a little bit more kind of, how should I say, kind of melancholy. He'll be feeling melancholy. Do you know, that kind of excited, but at the same time, like, oh shit, now he's like, what do I do now? I've got to do it now. I have now got to do it. But this could be a great thing for Ollie, because if he goes back now to what he was doing earlier on in his tenure, with doesn't have to be the 4-3-3. He can stick with the 4-2-3-1 if he wanted to, and just switch things up. But now what he's got there up front, and we've got in Varane at the back. Shit, it's there for him to take whatever he wants to go for.
Of course. Danny, what are you thinking? How are you feeling about Ronaldo joining Man United?
Do you know what? This morning I was looking at it, I was thinking, shit, Ronaldo's going to sit here, and then it was like a complete mix of emotions, because it all happened so quick. But I'm just getting the feeling of when I was a kid back. You know, when he was like proper excited.
Yeah.
But I hope now that, as you say, Ollie sort of goes for a more attacking style, playing like the pivot and Donny, and even a Fred in midfield, just someone to sit back, or a Matic.
Here we go. Hey, you've mentioned my man, but this guy right here is going to flip. Oh, Danny, I can sit back now. Pepsi Max raspberry
on this stream now.
Listen. I hope he doesn't, but it gives him so many options, because he can play a 4-4-2.
Yeah,
and go for attacking, because I want it to be the same as before, where it was like, if they score 3, then we're going to score 4.
Yeah,
just go all out. Bruno and Pogba in midfield.
I put a tweet today just for an absolute joke. Imagine Ollie went a proper fuck you to the league and he played a 4-2-4 like Man United did in the 60s, and he played Greenwood and Ronaldo in the central positions. He played Sancho and a fully fit Rashford on the wings, and Bruno and Pogba in midfield in front of that back four. I was like, it's clearly a joke tweet, but I'm like, but I had people saying, all right, well, they score 7, we'll score 10. I was like, I don't care how many goals we score, we just fucking shithouse attack. Just go for it.
Danny, what you said there, that's what I said that today. I said that today about, I can't remember what did I say it on? I know I said it on the Match channel today, mate, didn't I?
Yeah. You said quite a lot on Match Stream, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. You can go, because Man City, Chelsea, and all the rest of them, you can go and get fucked, right? Simple as that. That's what I said, and I'll say it again. But no, I said you can go 4-4-2 in a diamond, and he can make that work really well. He's got so many options now. He's got so many options, and to say I'm excited is an understatement. And to see Cristiano, I hope the unveiling is Cristiano Ronaldo walking out either to Alex Ferguson.
Oh, I was literally about to say that. That'd be so good.
That'd be like, I'll cry. There's no doubt about it. I'll cry because I don't know how old you guys are, but I mean, I watched 99. I remember praying to Sir Matt Busby in 99. It was only later than I realised that it was actually Matt Busby's birthday. And I was there praying to him. It was like just before that first corner. And I'm saying, please help us, Matt. Please help us. On my knees. My missus, who was a Leeds fan, right, laughing at me. Yeah, I know, Reece. Tell me about it, mate.
Oh my God.
Tell me about it, right?
Thank God I didn't have Peps in my face, so my new sofa bed would be ruined. My new sofa bed would be ruined to fuck.
Let me tell you this, right? So anyway, I'm praying away and blah, blah, blah. And the next thing, right, I think, I'm going to ring my dad. So I rang my dad. And my dad's like, I've switched it off. I can't do it. I won't do his Irish accent. But
no, come on, you've got to do the full story properly.
You already did my accent, so you already did my accent. So.
Yeah, all right. He said, no, it's fucking gone, son. It's gone. Fucking gone.
Yes.
Yes, mate.
Right? I'm like, no, Dad. I said, Dad, no, don't give up. We can do it. And he's going, nah, it's fucking, they're fucking shite. They fucked it up, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, bang, corner for United. And I went, oh, we got a corner. Anyway, I put the phone down and I'm watching this corner and it goes in, doesn't it? And then ping pong goes there. And then, it was Sheringham. Whoosh. Sheringham pulls it in. I nearly had an heart attack because I was like, oh my God, extra time's coming, don't believe it. So I'm there trying to calm myself down from because we've got extra time. And then I remember, I can see it now in my mind. I see Ollie get the ball and you can see him wondering what to do with it. And he goes down towards the corner flag. And I'm saying, Ollie, please take it to the corner, just waste time. Then I see him do a little bit of he does like a bit of step over, remember? He does a little bit of bit of this, bit of that. And then he goes to put it in. And as he went to put it in, I was like, oh, no. And then bang, it come off whoever it was for the corner. I was like, oh, get out of the corner away, I don't believe it. And then, oh, mate, let me tell you.
Upstep to football god. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is
to be there. I was fucking breastfeeding in fucking 99. I was like fucking.
I was 2 years old, but I was still accepting the fact that I knew that day David Beckham was not just an absolute stunner of a man, but he was a football god.
Oh, mate,
let's just say I wasn't even conceived at that point.
And I said the first goal nearly gave me an heart attack. That goal when Ollie stuck his leg out and that ball in the back of that net, I couldn't breathe. I was out. I run out of the house, right? I don't think I drew breath. I run out of the house. I was in the street, and then everybody else was coming out. Then all the other United fans, loads of people were just out screaming the fucking place down. It was bizarre. I was on my knees in the middle of the road with my hands up, saying to Matt Busby, "Thank you." And then, do you know what? It was only now when I remember. I think I actually had a moment where I thought, "Wait a fucking minute." Has this actually happened? And I ran back in to double check because I was thinking, shoot, has this actually happened? And yeah, it had happened. And you know what? It's this now. What's happened today? Not just because of the sync, not the way it's like made City look like complete fools. Which
that was a bonus. I mean,
come on, that's something right. They've looked like complete tits. They've rather than come out and say, look, we're pulling out because we now know that he's going to go to United.
City love to pull out, don't they?
Well, yeah. You know what I mean?
Messi, Kane, Ronaldo.
Yeah. You know, all right, they got the Grealish thing done, but is it going to be enough for them? We'll have to wait and see. If Pep can make that work, with like Maisie said today, maybe I think it was you, Maisie, about putting maybe what's his name, Sterling.
Yeah, I said that. I said Sterling as a false
yeah,
nine.
that's right. Yeah. So you know, but to be fair, I'm not too fussed about City, but for us United fans, it's a really, really amazing day. I feel like there's been a shift. Like, do you know what we've had? When I talk about Ollie's reign, I talk about like a slowly, kind of steady upward curve with a few steps in it where there's been blips, but they are just steps. Never gone down. It's just steps. But this is like it's like we're on the big one, Blackpool. Do you know what I mean?
We're on the big.
What's that saying? What's that ever important saying? Oh, that's it. Ollie apparently doesn't attract big players.
PE teacher.
Whilst I've got you, Reece, tell me how you feel about Ronaldo joining Man United.
Well, tell you a wee story. 2003, an absolute god left Man United and he went to Real Madrid. That broke my heart. I never got a printed shirt again for quite a long time. I never got a player printed on my shirt, and that was David Beckham. But along came that was a cheeky little friendly against Sporting, and then Bob's your uncle, 12.75 million later, we signed Ronaldo. And that sort of player came in, and to be fair, to begin with, he was a bit of a one-trick pony. We all remember, you'll agree with me on this one, where he had 20 yards of space and all he did was step overs, and it was not enough. He was wasting in possession. He wasn't great. He was all over the place, and he got kicked the living shit out of him. From those 2 years on, he developed into an absolute worldie of a player, and you can see it was starting to build, and Sir Alex completely took his time with him, and it was great, and we got the reward. Ended up winning the Ballon d'Or. He got us the Champions League, three leagues in a row, only Premier League club to do it twice, several trophies, and he won the Player of the Year award as well. And I just look at what he was then, where he wasn't the finished talent, but he still helped us to a great period of success, and he won us trophies and he improved us. But then obviously he left, went elsewhere, built his career in Spain, went to Italy, conquered Italy. Now he's came back here, and I look at it now and I'm like, the twilight of his career, he's decided to come back to United, and I think it's great for us, where we still have Greenwood to come through, we still have Rashford there, we still have Cavani as well as an experienced striker, where we've got so much wealth of talent in our front lines, where I'm like, who are you going to play as a front three or front four if we still play a 4-2-3-1? It's scarily good talent and depth. But it's not just any player as well. It's people say Messi's the greatest. No, like I'll have him second behind Ronaldo. I think difference is like Messi has a phenomenal talent. I'm not going to put that down on, but Ronaldo's actually went everywhere, conquered league after league. Just shows that Messi likes an easy challenge if he's gone to France. But the fact that he's came back here at 36 and he wants to go again, it's fantastic. And it's just, he's not the dribbler that he used to be. It's not going to be the Ronaldo of 06 to 09 where he was beating players left, right and centre with step overs and skillful moves. It's not like that. It's a player who will beat you with his physical presence, pace, an unreal finisher. And I look at that, and Talk's right. Like earlier on, before we went live, he said he adds 20 goals to our team. He scored 29 in Serie A last year. Now, I just think, what can he do in the Premier League where it's a much fast-paced league? He could hit 30, who knows? And I wouldn't even want to put the numbers on him, because I just want to look at what he does for the team now compared to the team it was 12 years ago. But he replaced my football hero. When he's not my football hero, he replaced my hero. He replaced David Beckham really well. He slotted in. Now I look at what he's going to do now. Is he going to be a leader for this team? Is he going to be a leader for Greenwood to mature into an even better player with Cavani beside him as well? What effect is it going to have Rashford? What effect is it going to have Sancho? It's hard to say. But I just love the fact that he's decided to come back here and he's not chose to go for the sky blue shite down the road. I don't know how. I don't know about you guys, but I can never, ever say the words, we're small, but at least we know.
We're not.
For City, how does it feel to be small? How does it feel? I don't know, but no, I'm just buzzed. I'm fucking buzzed, and it's Ronaldo. We'll see what happens, but the difference is he's not going to be getting an Uber Eats league title. He's going to be getting he's going to be getting a Premier League title.
All I'm going to say to touch on with that, this is the only time Manchester is blue when Manchester United wear blue. Man City, it's never going to be the biggest club in Manchester. It's Manchester United is always going to be the biggest team. And this is the only time Manchester is blue when Manchester United wear the blue. Whilst I'm here, Tony, nice to have you on again. How are you?
Yeah, hi, mate. Yeah, sorry, but apologies for being a bit late and all that.
Don't worry about it at all.
I am kind of eating as well at the moment, so apologies for that as well. But
that's okay.
Big up, talk. Condolences again, mate, on your dad.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it, mate.
Big up, Reese, and who's that other guy there? The other fan? Danny. Big up to you, Danny, as well. Yeah.
So, looking at it from a Brentford point of view, what do you feel like of Man United signing Ronaldo? Are you scared?
I think the whole league must be scared now. Come on, you know. I mean, but I've got to say this is a real kick in the balls for City, isn't it? Let's be honest. I think they thought they had him, didn't they? And you know, do you think he would have actually been able to live it down though if he went to City? Do you think he would have been able to? I don't think so. So, you know,
I think Sir Alex would kill him.
Do you know what? I was so salty this morning. I was sat on the train, right, and there was a guy wearing a City shirt in front of me. And I was thinking, so I was like, this bastard's laughing at me now, saying we've got fucking Ronaldo and you've not. I got off the train. I was giving the dirtiest evils ever. I was so praying that I bumped into someone way back. Yeah, have that.
He ain't laughing now, is he?
Yeah, no. Tosser. Probably weren't even thinking about me. I was just proper salty.
I would like to
tea or something.
I will say this though, in respect though, because we went re-sign Ronaldo. There is no excuses from the manager now in terms of going to challenge. And to be fair, I have no problem with that in terms of the no excuses, because he said it since day one. He's here to be successful, and if I've never chosen a side, I cannot be, excuse the language, I cannot be fucked with Ollie in. I cannot be fucked with Ollie out. I've never picked a side. I've always been straight down the middle. I'll praise when it's due, and I will constructively criticise when it needs to be. He does have to challenge, but the fact he's built this team, I still believe he's one position short. I still believe it's a defensive midfield. I think we're going to get a midfielder in before Tuesday's deadline day. I still see it happen.
Get Fred out, innit? Yeah, good, is he?
Squad player at best. That's like, as much as I like Fred, he's a squad player. He's not a starter, definitely not. But I like him as a squad player. But we do need somebody to come in that can just sit in that role and just anchor it, just pass it around, and just sit there, and that would be perfectly fine. But he definitely has to challenge, and I think Talk summed it up perfectly earlier on, where he'll be feeling a little bit melancholy, a little bit like positive, but he'll be feeling a bit nervous, like shit, I've got to challenge. But I was like, if you're not at Man United as a manager to challenge, then you shouldn't be in the job. And I think he understands it more than anybody, where he's there to win something. And I think he is going to win something. I think he is, and it would be good to see from that side of it as a fan, but also from the sense of like for the team as well. Even if they win something, they get over that freaking line. How good for them it will be for confidence. And they've brought in not just a serial winner. In my opinion, they've brought in the ultimate serial winner. That's what makes it even better.
Well, look at the spine of our team now. When we had Mourinho, we had Lukaku, fair enough, he was good up top. We had a Pogba that wasn't playing his best underneath him. We had fucking Smaldini and Jones at centre-back. And then we had David De Gea. But now that Ollie's come in, you can say what you want about Ollie, but we've got Ronaldo at striker. We've got Pogba and Fernandes in the midfield. We've got Maguire and Varane at centre-back and a world-class goalkeeper. We literally have it all. We just need now the tactics to win.
consistency
No.
as well. Yeah, that's all we need.
Definitely.
That's all we
5-1.
need.
This has been the best squad. This has been the best squad post Fergie, in my opinion. It's an
Definitely.
absolutely incredible squad, and this is a squad where we can't say we're lacking in well, apart from that defensive midfielder, you can't say that we're lacking in certain areas. Our bench is going to be really strong because if, for example, Ronaldo played, we've got Cavani on the bench and Greenwood on the bench. If obviously Greenwood don't play on the wings, and if Greenwood plays on the wings, we've got Rashford, we've got Sancho on the bench, and then obviously in defence, we've obviously got Lindelof who can do that role when he has that. He has them good games. He has
Lindelof
them good
can stand
games.
there.
You need to look at how he was incredible for Leeds, and you cannot knock Lindelof one bit on that game. You can't knock him at all. And you could tell that he did take the criticism on the head. Like, do you know what I mean? You could tell that he took all criticism, and he's shown that what he is capable of at Manchester United. And this is now our year to actually win a trophy. And I do also feel like with Ronaldo, he has shown coming to Man United rather than Man City that it's his legacy what is important to Manchester United. It's not about winning the best player of the year or winning another Premier League trophy or getting a few more extra goals or having a better chance of winning the Champions League. He's come because he loves this club and he doesn't want to ever tarnish that legacy. The legacy is the thing what matters more. I'd rather, if I was a player and I played for Manchester United, I'd be more bothered about keeping my legacy for the club. Because Manchester United is the best club in the world and you cannot say anything different.
Well, Ronaldo's going to bring into the dressing room now. He's going to bring in a winning mentality. He's not going to... He doesn't want to lose, does he? He's going to be in that dressing room every single game, hyping everyone up and getting them into that winning mentality every game. And that's going to be mega for us.
We have got... Sorry, Talk, I know you were speaking there. I was going to say, I look at our team and I actually think, how many winners do we have? De Gea, to be fair, hasn't won a league. He's only won one league title, but he hasn't won something, but he has actually won trophies. That's one. Varane's never lost a final. Two. I look at Pogba. I look at Bruno as well. He has won a trophy at Sporting Lisbon, but he has a winning mentality in himself because he never wants to lose. Ronaldo's won umpteen flaming trophies. Cavani has won trophies. Like, even Matic as well. Like, Matic isn't the player he used to be, but he's still won trophies. Van de Beek won trophies at Ajax. That's what, eight or nine players that we've got who have won stuff. Mata as well. Like, there's so many players in there. Even Rashford at the minute, he still won a few trophies. There's so many there, and it's great.
Maguire won the Premier League anyway, Leicester.
Nope, he joined the year after. He joined the summer. He joined the summer that they had just won it. So,
well, he was close to.
Yeah, if he joined a year earlier,
he
would have won the. He would have won the league. Yeah, he would have won it. His 4 relegations that constantly gets put over his head. That really pisses me off. Like,
we'll class that as half a trophy.
Yeah, they can't keep having that over his head where he keeps getting like, oh, you'll not win anything because Maguire's your centre back. I mean, because he's been relegated 4 times. I was like, it's not just Maguire that's been relegated 4 times, though. I mean, like, he's just been involved.
You could just say that about Aaron Ramsdale going to Arsenal. He's been relegated at every single club he's been at.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I want to make a point as well that with the at the back end of the field now, that you know what with Danny was saying there about without De Gea. Now I said this a little while ago about, you know, as you're a goalkeeper in that net, you know, you're looking at what's in front of you. If you're on edge because you're thinking, shit, they're going to put me in trouble. So that is not a mindset to be having game in, game out, which it was starting to become. But now you've got Varane in there alongside Maguire. Things are going to be different, and De Gea will be. I think we're going to see a brand new De Gea once we see get a couple of games under his belt with those 2 in front of him and keep a clean sheet. We're going to see a totally different David De Gea.
But with that though, I do think that he needs not assurance, but there needs to be a set number 1 and not.
Oh yeah,
Henderson playing 5 games.
Someone needs to be told, you are the league number 1, or you're going to be using the Champions League or whatever. Yeah. Whoever should be league number 1 should be the Champions League number 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think David De Gea, I think he's for me, he's earned the right to be that number 1, and he still should be number 1. And you know what, Henderson's going to have to accept that. You know what, you're going to have to wait for your chance. It's as simple as that. You cannot now with what we've got in front of that goalkeeping position, right? Or if you asked all the squad secretly to do a poll, who do you want in that net behind the last man of defence? David De Gea or Henderson? I guarantee you now, they're all probably going to say David De Gea.
Yeah.
They're going to say David
He
De
was
Gea.
our best player for like 3 seasons in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you know,
Henderson is a decent keeper, though, isn't he? He is a decent keeper.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
I think Arsenal wouldn't have minded him rather than Ramsdale, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see a future. I can see a future for Henderson. I can see a future for Henderson, but at the moment, I think David De Gea, he's still number one, and he still deserves a chance to prove, because he set such a high standard himself. And yeah, he's not had a great couple of years. No one can argue that. But the defence in front of him now, why shouldn't he not be allowed a chance to say, you know what, you set high standards, you've had a couple of poor years, but now you've got a good defence in front of you, where you had to overperform because of what was in front of you beforehand. Let's see what you can. Let's see how well you do with a world-class defence in front of you. Go for it. I think he deserves a chance because, frankly, Henderson's still got to prove himself. And if Henderson can displace De Gea this season, I mean properly displace him, then at least he's earned it. But at the minute, De Gea is still number one.
Yeah, but that and for me, you know what? There's a difference between. It's all right doing a great season for Sheffield United, but there's a difference between doing a great season for Sheffield United and doing a great season for Manchester United. So it's the gulf there is huge. You know, you're talking, it's monstrous. So yeah, for me, it's got. I did say that earlier on a stream. I don't know when it was, and that we were picking who should be number one, and I said it has to be David De Gea. No doubt about it. You know, so I think now we've just got to now wait and see what the rest of this window brings. I can't wait to join any kind of if Maze is doing any kind of transfer deadline day stream.
I will be. It'll be from 10 till the actual last minute of the clock. I'll be doing it from. I'm
on Weekly Armchair as well for the middle bit of the middle part of our stream. I'm doing like the 7 till 9. I think no, 7:15 till 10. I'm hosting, so I'll be on Weekly Armchair for the deadline day as well. And I generally think during my couple of hours, I want a midfielder signed just to say I had it, just to wind in. But if you want me to appear on here as well for 10 till the very end, I'll happily join as well. I'm generally so buzzed.
Love you to have you on. You always are welcome here, Reese. All of you here are always welcome.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
I'll go through some comments anyway, and then I'll just go to the next some questions I had. Thank you for tuning in. Big up to James. Yes, I am buzzing. I've still got goosebumps. It has been absolutely incredible. I'm still in absolute shock. I was literally just in work, and I always read Fab's tweets, just checking all the time. Although I kept hearing Chelsea transfer. I'm sick of Chelsea. I don't want any more Chelsea transfer. I'm sick of it.
They've pulled out the Sol stuff as well. They've pulled out the Sol rumours, which is great, from what I've heard.
Oh, really?
From what I've heard, they've pulled out the Sol rumours. They want that. I really can't pronounce his name. Is it Tukame? I can't pronounce his name. Yeah. They want him from Monaco because they got eliminated from the Champions League.
I mean, do you know what? That's a great bit of news, because if we could offer Sol a contract rather than a loan deal, if they wanted to sell out and out, then get it done. That's what I heard, but who knows really? If they don't go for Sol, they'll get the Monaco midfielder. It'll be one of the two.
Yeah, definitely.
They got James, by the way.
It was just so crazy for me because I was literally at 1 o'clock. I went in a team meeting, and I still at that point thought Ronaldo was signing for Man City, feeling down in the dumps. Got here about 2 o'clock. I come off. My friend comes running up to me. Meza, Ronaldo's coming to United. I was like, what? I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And he was like, look at Fab's tweets right now. He's coming to Manchester United. I was just there looking like, oh my God, this is actually true. And I'm still so overwhelmed by it, honestly. But pick up to you, James.
I bet you had to put red floor signs down, didn't you?
Completely a day of madness. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't seen you here before on the channel, so it's been lovely having you on the live chat. Big up to the Blue Podcast, and anyone who hasn't already, go and subscribe to that channel. It's got really good content. I really enjoy watching the streams. James has said big up to the panel. James, last night Charlie was buzzing. Now you guys are buzzing,
Yes.
and now it's official. He's gone back to Man United, not Man City. I was wondering, Charlie, how you're feeling about that, because you was laughing at me last night.
Charlie, what's up, mate?
Hello there, thank you for
Ronaldo'S
tuning in.
He was so full of it the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Big up to you too, Jordan, and anyone who hasn't already, go and subscribe to Jordan. He's a Liverpool fan, but he does also do previews for other football games, so he's quite a more of a neutral fan in terms of previews.
Yeah, a bit like me, really.
Charlie.
Here he is. No.
I am not happy with our board this season. Well, you've got Jack Grealish for 100 million. Harry Kane rejected you.
Yeah, what happened to
Cristiano
Kane,
Ronaldo rejected you. Who else is going to reject you, I wonder? Because Messi didn't want to come to you neither, because he rather gone to PSG. And you went and bought Jack Grealish where you didn't really need him for 100 million.
nothing like emptying the tanks.
I'll tell you what.
Be honest.
Well, Charlie, listen to this. Charlie, listen. We'll all chip in and get you a nice big bag of chips for your salt, mate. Don't worry.
So,
Charlie's crying in his sleep.
Mind you, there is no airports in Stockport, so no one will be flying there anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
How does it feel to be city?
I was just wondering, do you know that song you sang on Match Stream? I would really love it if you could sing it again on my stream, just so all my viewers can hear your lovely singing.
Shall I start you off, talk, and I'll let you finish?
Yeah, go on then. If you don't
Oh,
mind.
that memory.
I'll sing the first line because I love Talk's voice, so I'll sing the first line and then I'll let Talk finish.
We'll all join in eventually, yeah.
Yeah, make it, like a band. This is our band now.
How does it feel to be city?
This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your club means nothing at all.
Means nothing at all.
This is how it feels to be city. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your club means nothing at all. Over, Charlie. This is going in 2 years' time, maybe even at the end of this coming season. When you again fail in that Champions League, I think Pep is going to be. See ya. I'm done.
He's already said it, mate. He already announced it. He's leaving. Yep. He's taking a break.
Yeah, but I think he'll cut it short by a year, Reece, I believe. If he gets knocked out before the final, right, I think he'll walk early. And just say
from one flop to another, because they'll bring in Floppuccino. Maurizio Floppuccino.
Tell you what, Floppuccino, mate. I don't know what but it's nice with a bit of sugar near it. But I'm so glad we didn't bring him anywhere near our club.
It's too full of froth, wasn't it? Loads of froth in it.
if Ollie doesn't end up being the guy that takes us to the brass ring of winning the league, but he at least wins a trophy, takes us something. Don't get somebody who likes a shitty version of a latte or a cappuccino. Bring in a Ten Hag. He can follow Ollie, and at least we know he actually knows how to win trophies. But Ollie's taken us in that right direction where he has completely stabilised everything.
Yeah.
And if he wins a trophy, for him, that's a bonus. You just know for him, a trophy to him is a bonus. It's all about getting this club back in the right position. And I can't look at one part of the squad except from one position, which is defence midfield, where I can say Man United are weak. It's probably the only position where we're going to look at and go, we're going to highlight it well. We're going to do our best to improve it. But fair play to the man. He gets more shit than anybody, maybe except Arteta. But Arteta's shit anyway. But
Arteta all the stick he gets.
We all know that.
But he's always been in a situation where it doesn't matter if he wins a game, it's individual brilliance. If he loses a game, it's because he's got no tactics. The guy gets so much stick, and
Yeah.
I generally, some people it's just personal agenda. Some people it's just because they just want as they quote it, a serial winner in charge. I just want it to be the best person to take this club forward. If it's going to be Solskjaer, then I don't have to pick a side. I'll just support him because that's what I do about the club. I back whoever's in charge until right at the end of the day where they're given their pink slip and they're moved on. I've always been that way, and I'll stand by it. And at least he's
the man's a legend, though, isn't he? He is a legend there.
Yeah.
So,
He'll always be a United legend.
Yeah.
You know what though? It's not what he's done for the squad list, but the squad just looks happier, don't they? They all seem to be gelling, no matter who it is.
Well, that's a big point because at the end of the day, like I kept saying, you know what? You see the boys going out there and they're playing for him. Okay, I know the tactics have sometimes been questionable because
he's just got it wrong. It's not that it's bad tactics. He's just misread the game.
Yeah,
we've seen it against Leeds where we've smashed them. Southampton finally had one man down, but we still smashed them. Am
I right in saying he's highest in terms of actually losing a game in terms of in the league? He's only lost 4-0 to Everton and 6-1 to Tottenham Hotspur. Other than that, he's never lost anything else in terms of big scorelines. It's either been it's always been so close, and I'm like, how can you get so much stick for that? How? It may be questionable tactics, but it's only two. In terms of his position, he's only lost 2 high scoring games. That's it.
And you have to remember, he is in the biggest job in world football. In football. He's bigger than Real Madrid. It's bigger than Real Madrid. It's bigger than Barcelona. It's bigger than any club you wish to mention. Just simply because of the history of the club, everything that we've been through. You know, the fan base. We all know that we're the biggest club in the world. I don't care what anybody says about Real Madrid. No, they're not. Manchester United are a bigger club in the world than Real Madrid. There's more people that will buy our shirts than buy their shirts.
United are known everywhere.
You know,
they're just bigger in terms of more European cups. That's it.
Yeah, they won more. But that's fine. You know what? They can do that. That's fine. But like I've always said, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me. That, you know, you go on a cup run. You know what? You get a decent run. You get a decent draw. You get a bit of luck. A few good decisions, and you can win a trophy. It means fuck all, mate. It doesn't mean that it doesn't actually necessarily mean that you're the best in Europe. Not at all. It means you've won a short-term competition, and out of all those teams that you've done the best in this set of games. However, let's just put it like this then. So are you telling me that if last year when Chelsea won that Champions League, if Chelsea were in a league with Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, PSG, are you telling me that Chelsea would come out on top of that league after 38 games? No,
never.
Nowhere near it. They're nowhere near it. So you know what? It gives you a bit of bragging rights. It means you did well in a couple of games. You might have had a bit of like Pep overthought it. Again in that fucking final. Again, he overthought it down to his detriment. So you know what? Fine. But for me, it's about that. I will take the Premier League now all day long over the Champions League. No
bread and butter. It's your bread and butter.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great bonus. We all know that the Champions League is an absolute great bonus to have because you've conquered Europe. You've conquered Europe. That's great. But if you can win the Champions League all you want, and then you can go on to win the Club World Cup and you can be Club World Champions. But if you're not domestic champions as well, that just shows. I mean, Liverpool, they love a European Cup competition. We always know that. But if you ask any Liverpool fan what would they want, they would turn around and go, we want that league title because we are sick of... They would... I've had numerous conversations with Liverpool fans and they've told me the same thing every time. We are sick of Man United being the most successful team in terms of league titles. Yeah. They've told me that hand on heart. And I've went to them, well, I'm sick of you twats having the most English Champions Leagues.
You know what, Reece?
I'm sick of that. But I went to be fair, they're my mates. So I'll call them twats, and they call me a dick every time. But it's simple as that.
Cool, twats, mate. Twat.
And exactly. But they take on the chin because it's always banter. But they've always went, well, I always go to them, well, we've got the league titles, you've got the Champions Leagues. But if you want, we'll just win more Champions League, and you can just sit below us in the league title reign. And they shut up after that because they went, well, you're a dick. How are you going to respond to that? I was like, well, you can't. That's all it is. And I love that. I would love to have the bonus of the Champions League, but I still want that league title. I still want the league title.
Yeah, and it's always going to be, especially, I don't know how long Klopp's going to be at.
2 more years.
But
I honestly think 2 more.
If he only stays for another 2 more, Pep's only going to stay for possibly, in my opinion, I think Pep's gone after the end of this season. Because again, if he gets beaten at Champions League before the final, I think he's going to just say to himself, I need to go now before it gets any worse. Yeah. Can't damage his reputation any further in terms of the Champions League. Because people are going to start questioning. If he says, oh, we're going to hang on, and this is the very, very last time I try it, but I need X player for X amount, and I need this, and I need that, and I need the other. Then they have a bad transfer window. You know, we go in and pinch Haaland, for example. They start, spitting a dummy out because they haven't got X, Y, and Z. He's not going to do that again, I don't think. So I think, for me, if City don't get to the final again this season in the Champions League, I think Pep say, you know what, I've done all I can do here, and he's going to walk. At that point, City are going to drop off a cliff. There's no doubt about it. At least for 2 or 3 seasons.
By the way, mate, Charlie wants to come on. By the way, he said he wants to come on.
Oh, that'll be a good idea. Let's bring Charlie on, shall we?
Just remember,
interesting.
Remember this, right? And I stick by my guns. I said it was on a Rich stream. I was that confident, and he can back me up. I was that confident. I said before the Champions League final, win, lose or draw. And I said in the group stages, Chelsea would get to the Champions League final. I don't know how I just had that stupid feeling. I said win, lose or draw. If Manchester City still get to the Champions League final, they will not get a Champions League final within the next 5 years. I was that confident. Man City will not be in a Champions League final within the next 5 years. And I don't care who's in charge.
I hope he works. I know so many City
I've sent Charlie the link now, so we'll wait to see when Charlie comes in so we can.
I've got 2 bottles of Pepsi Max. I'll refill, don't worry.
So I'll finish off the comments for now. Just go for a few more. Big up to Stephen. Thank you for tuning in. And anyone who hasn't already, go and subscribe to Stephen. He does his streams for children's liver disease, and he has a membership on there for as little as £1.99. So definitely, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to Stephen. If you lose this title now, then you have no hope for Ole. Well, to be honest, Arteta didn't have no hope anyway, so there's no point in talking about Man United.
He knew he was getting that, didn't he?
Thank you for joining in. Anyone who hasn't already, go and subscribe to him. Amazing Chelsea content. I really enjoy actually watching the stream, considering he is a Chelsea fan.
Big up, thank you.
Yes, Jordan, you will get smashed. Ankit has said big up to everybody. Charlie, yes, can you come? Of course you can come on, and here he is. Hi, Charlie.
Hey.
Don't worry, mate.
You know what?
I'll listen to him. I'll support you, mate. Don't worry.
I'll say this, right? See, before he actually speaks and we roast the living shit out of him, I will say this, right? I will say this. Charlie was so confident, right, that Man City were going to hammer us in the league last season, right? And he said, no matter what, I'll still appear on the following stream, right? So I will give Charlie credit, right? He's not like most fans I know. Yeah. He will get rinsed. He will take it, but he can dish back. I will give Charlie a little bit of credit. I will give him a little bit of credit, but that's it, apart from the shit club he supports. But that's it. But it's good to see you, mate. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Before we terrorise you, how are you feeling about Ronaldo not coming?
Stupid question.
Crap, to be honest.
Charlie, it's not honestly. I mean, do you know what? You know as well as I do, Charlie, what's happened there, right? The thing with the Ronaldo deal was, it was like, yeah, this is going to be happening, blah blah blah. But as soon, because I'll tell you something now, City would have got wind of United going for Ronaldo before it became public. That's how it works. And at that point, there would have been a conversation between Pep and the owners and the board, and Pep would have said, "Look, no, we've got to just stop now because we're going to make ourselves look really stupid, because there is no way Cristiano Ronaldo is going to pick us over Man United if Man United are in for him. Not a chance." Mm-hmm. So they had to backtrack sharpishly, and that's what they did. They tried to save face But we all know what's happened here, and it's, you know what? Yeah, it's a great day for us. And at the end of the day, City are still going to push whoever, whether it be us, whether it be Chelsea, whether it be Liverpool. They're still going to push for that title. There's no doubt about it. But like I've just been saying, I wonder if you agree. Pep said he's going to stop in 2 years. However, if you don't get to that Champions League final again, at least the final this season, I think Pep's done. I think he'll walk.
No.
But why will he stay though? If you can't, if he doesn't do it again, that'll be forced. Is that 4 or 5 times he's tried to do it? And why would he try and again for one last time? What's he going to say? Oh, let me buy him and let me buy this and X, Y, and Z, and then I'll do it again. There is no way he's going to want to go out in the last season where he said him that this is me and finished and fail in that last season. I don't see it. I think if he does not get to that final this season, I think it'll be time for him to walk. He'll be
probably go with it. I'd probably go with it.
Mm-hmm. Stephen said a comment here for you, Charlie. Oh wait, Ronaldo to knock City out of the Champions League knockout and end Pep's reign at City. What are you thinking of that, Charlie?
Stephen, I swear you're an Arsenal fan, like.
Wait! I've got a better one. I've got a better one. Manchester United versus Man City in the Mickey Mouse Cup final. We win it. Ronaldo scores a 90-minute penalty.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking scenes.
I've nailed it. I've nailed it on the head.
Oh, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup anyway.
It's a Mickey Mouse Cup anyway.
It's only Mickey Mouse because you've held
it's only a Mickey Mouse Cup when we don't win it, but when we win it, it's better than the Champions League.
Charlie,
my tits.
I want to ask you, Charlie, what happens when Pep walks? How do you like continue?
Podge.
Not fucking Poch, please.
I think it will be. I honestly think it will be Pochettino that replaces him because I don't know who else comes in. Because I don't see he's getting Zidane. I don't know who else you would get. I honestly don't know.
heard it was out of Poch and Rodgers.
Rodgers.
To be fair, his teams are always out. One thing about him though is Rodgers' teams are always out of steam.
Two managers that are both bottle jobs.
Rodgers' teams always end out of steam by the end of April. So,
would you not go for Conte?
I'd have Conte.
Wouldn't you call Pep a bottle job though in the Champions League?
I prefer not to
speak. Always getting interesting.
Big up to Rich Sport. Thank you for tuning in, and go and subscribe to Rich Sport. I am sometimes on Rich Sport as well, so if you don't see me on here, you can catch me on there, and you can. And there's been talks been on there before. So has Reese, Charlie.
You'll see me the night.
Yeah, you'll see me tonight, unfortunately, as well.
Yes, it's a new shirt.
Yeah.
There,
oh, he's on Wales. He's on Wales, mate.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a new shirt here, Rich. It's this is the only time Manchester United is blue. I mean, Manchester's blue. So I quite like it, to be honest. What do you think, Charlie? Do you like the blue?
I have to. We have to.
Charlie's got it. Leave him alone.
Charlie never backs out.
I didn't hear that. What was said?
Fuck United. Come on, Chelsea, champions of
Europe. Do we have to talk about that?
To be fair, that's probably the only time Chelsea actually done me a favour.
I actually rooted for Chelsea to win that Champions League in the final because I had that feeling knowing that Pep hasn't even won against Tuchel. I just thought he's going to overthink it. He always does in finals, Pep. He overthinks it, especially when it's so crucial for him. You know what
the irony is about that Champions League final? Pep Guardiola was a renowned defensive midfielder for Barcelona, and he loses the Champions League final as a Man City manager by not playing a defensive midfielder. The irony is fucking electric.
No, we hate Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is a bitch, and I don't like him.
It's a bitch.
Up the Germans.
What a player.
I'll tell you what,
because he scored against you, Charlie.
I will say this. I will say this. That listen, this season that's coming up in front of us right now. We've got this game out with games at the weekend, and then we've got the international break. And as soon as after that break, we are going to
Ronaldo's
be
in.
seeing, we're going to be seeing some sensational football from all teams. To be fair, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know, Chelsea have. I'm going to say I'm about 75% there convinced with Chelsea, because when you watch that game, how they played against Arsenal, it was a very simple thing that they did. You know, they split wide. They passed the ball into Lukaku. He each holds the ball up, which he's been working on quite clearly. He holds the ball up, he turns the player and passes it wide or forward, and then he makes his move. And I mean, that, you know what? You watch it and you think, I watched it and thought, wait a minute, that looks like when I used to play and you like doing like a training session of coaching, you know, play it into feet, hold him up, feel him, you've got to feel him, turn him, pass, move, you know. And I thought, listen, if you try and play that all season, there's no chance. You know, big teams aren't going to fall for that. They're going to go, no, we ain't falling for that. So I'm 75% there with Chelsea. I want to see how they do, and they have to be more clever than that when they have to.
Well, they've got to be this weekend though. They've got Liverpool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That'll be a good game.
2-0 Liverpool, I've said.
I've gone 3-3 draw. I'm that nasty. I've gone 3-3 draw.
I think it's going to be
1 draw.
I think it's going to be 0-0. It's got 0-0 written all over it.
What do you say, Charlie?
0-0.
What do you say, Tony?
What was that? What for the
Chelsea
Chelsea?
and Liverpool score. What do you think it's going to be?
I think 2-1 Chelsea.
Oh.
Big up to Munzer. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much, Stephen. Ginge, who is Belle. Your podcast is very good. Thank you, Belle. And there is another comment here for Charlie. Guys,
15 now, actually, Mr. Featley.
Oh, 15.
Correction by the City fan. I'm 15, mate. Show me some respect.
I did want to ask this question because I thought it might have been a good question to ask. Is Ronaldo's return to Man United the best signing post-Fergie? I will start with you first, Danny. What do you think?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
I put you on the spot here, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. I was hoping you'd go to like the other fucking 4 first so I could think about it, but yeah.
I know we've got the advantage now.
Yeah, shit. Fucking steal my answer now. Yeah, best signing post Fergie. Yeah. No. Bruno is.
Bruno over Ronaldo?
Yeah. Ronaldo second.
Okay. I'll go with you next, Tony. What do you?
Oh, thank you.
I'll come to you last, Reese, because I'd like to know. Are you last? Tony's still. Oh, he's on mute. I'll go with you next, Charlie. Do you think Ronaldo's return is the best signing post Fergie?
I'll go Bruno like Danny.
Good answer.
And what about you, Talk?
No, listen. If you've got to take a step back a minute here and look at where we were, right? Mm-hmm. Just like yesterday, take a step back to yesterday and look where we were, what we were all moaning about and wanting and blah blah blah, and then look what's happened today. Mm-hmm. This is the best signing. There's no two ways about it, in my opinion, because not only have we signed a player who, all right, I know he's 36, but he conditions himself like you won't believe. The guy will only take in water and things that are going to benefit his body. That's all.
I could probably guarantee Ronaldo's going to walk into that dressing room and he's going to be the fittest person in there, just because he looks after himself.
Exactly.
He'll literally walk in, lift up his shirt, and go, "If you actually have, if you've got a sense of conditioning, you will check these abs and you will fucking work." Yeah. You just know it.
And you know that.
Sorry, Charlie. I forgot you're not old enough yet. Excuse my language.
So you know what? And it's the circumstances in which it's happened. There was a chat. All the United fans. We were all like, I was waiting and thinking, oh my God, we're going to have to witness another fucking poster with blue on it saying, welcome to fucking Manchester with Cristiano Ronaldo on it. They're really going to rub it in our faces. But we have totally it's like, you know what? It's like I said before, it's like me trying to, I'm there at the bar chatting Maisie up, you know, You're like, yeah, like that. And she's like, and Maisie is like, yeah, all right, go on, I'll have a drink. You know, you're like, oh, get in here, mate. You're looking around at the rest of the dance floor, and it's a load of like blokes who are like, you know, not that great, not that great looking. You're like, fucking in business here, man. I'm sorry. Next thing, who comes fucking banging through the door? Fucking hell, it's only fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. You fucked it, mate. Now get me coat. I'll see you in a bit. That's what's happened, you know, right? That's what's happened.
How have we gotten to Leonardo DiCaprio? That's my question.
Fuck knows. He could have just said me. He could have just said me just for the shits and giggles.
I'll say it instead, Reece. So Reece walks in.
No, you can't. No, it's too late now.
Reece is secretly happy about this, so carry on.
Yeah, so, but that's what's happened.
Too late now. It's too late now. He said Leonardo.
We've strolled up and said, wait a minute, Mr. Cristiano. We want you back. And he's gone, fucking do one City scene a bit. Bang. Come on then. And they've dropped City like a buggy not stone. Even if City would have offered him £1 million a week, he would have said, no, sorry, I'm going United. United won't, mate. I'm going back to this. The only place he will ever come back to is Manchester United. So from that point of view, it's been this is a revenge for the Tevez thing. This is revenge for Tevez. And also, we also know that, you know what? Ollie has got Pep's number in the league. We know that.
Yeah.
So this even more so now. You know, being able to put Ronaldo up there and terrorise Manchester City. Because that's what he's going to do.
He'll get pocketed by John Stones, my hero.
Will he bollocks?
Sit down, you cheeky shite. I'll tell you this though. Your so-called European Defender of the Year, he's going to be showing exactly why he shouldn't have won the award when he plays in the league in October.
One thing I would say as a follow-up is Ronaldo is the most exciting signing, but as far as best, it's still Bruno just because of the fucking numbers that he's racked up since he's been here and the change in the team and the attitude. So most exciting, but not the best.
We'll go with Reece anyway. Do you think Ronaldo's return is the best signing post-Fergie?
Honestly, I think I would have to say Danny's spot on. I would have to say the most exciting, but the best, no. I still think the best signings. I still think the best signings post Fergie. It's either Bruno or Pogba in terms of what they've brought, in terms of like trophies, in terms of personality, winning mentality is one of them. But in terms of like he could easily walk in, win everything, and then that's it. Like he would be the best signing. I think it's the biggest hyped up transfer in terms of like it's the return of a Ballon d'Or winner from our club as well. It certainly brings a lot of additional pressure on him to now go and do it again. Can he do it? We'll find out. It's a massive transfer. I think it's the biggest in terms of sheer numbers. If you look at success, then yes. In terms of success, it's the biggest. In terms of like the biggest just come back to United, I wouldn't say so yet, but if he goes and wins everything this year, in terms of like takes us to everything, to be honest, if he takes us to the league, takes us to the Champions League, then I would say he is a bigger signing than Pogba or Bruno. I would still say those two personally, but you cannot not say Ronaldo's in there. But I thought the best comment in the chat all night has been the Bath comment, team viewers, the sign of the summer. I actually
put that on as well.
Those names, and then you see Tom Heaton.
Yeah, he was in that squad that last won the Champions League. He was in it. He wasn't even involved, but he was still there. I still say the sign of the summer was still Eric Ramsey for the set piece improvement. But Jesus Christ, the fact that we've got Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo, and I'm like, if we just get a midfielder, I'll be happy, but it's hard to not say Ronaldo is definitely one of the biggest posts since Fergie. It's just...
Well, this has been years in the making, right? Every United fan's been hoping and praying for this for years.
This is that last dance moment.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is the last dance in terms of a football equivalent. It's perfect. I don't care who the biggest signing is post Fergie. I just want them to go and say, you know what? Every trophy's in front of us. Let's just put a stake on it and let's go for it. I don't care. Biggest signing since Fergie? Doesn't matter. Is this the best team since Fergie? You're damn fucking right it is.
Yeah.
It's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale, to be fair. This is a fairy tale, and I just hope that Ollie now, he does exactly what we said before. You know, he's got to now look at this, especially because, like I said, if the number 6 comes in even more, it's 110% that he has to. But even without a number 6, and if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, and they don't feel like they want to just go out and get a Camavinga or a blah blah who's not sure about, and they just think, well, okay, we're going to have to stick with one of either Matic or probably McTominay is the other option for doing that number 6 role, then I still believe with the threat we've got going forward, the way we can switch it up and everything else, and what we've got at the back in Varane, we still are going to be a real problem.
Oh, definitely.
100%, yeah.
But I would be surprised if we used the Portuguese connection and went to Wolves after this Sunday and we got Neves.
Yeah, that could happen, Reese. That very well could happen, mate.
I hope it does.
Definitely. Jordan has also agreed that Bruno has been the best signing. Bath Time has also said, lol, Arsenal have outspent PSG, Man City and Man United.
That's a fact.
Stephen, whilst you're in the chat, can you tell us what world-class player you were brought to Manchester City? Because you've got Ben White and who are the ones again?
You mean Arsenal?
It's nice to see
Arsenal.
It's nice to see Aaron Ramsdale continuing his relegation form.
How funny is this? How funny is this, right? How much was Ramsdale? What, 35 million?
Yeah,
something like that.
Was it 35 or 25?
Whatever it is. Cristiano Ronaldo in total, if you convert it, I'll put it in euros first. 13 million euros is a transfer fee. 8 million's in add-ons. That's what in British pounds. That's what 20 million quid. That's how much we've literally brought Ronaldo back for.
But if it's United, they're going to do it over like 2 years, and it's not going to be upfront.
Exactly. It's exactly what we've done with Jadon Sancho.
So
we spent like 30 million this year.
£50 million on Benjamin Mendy, and you're spending 20 million on Ronaldo.
Oh my god!
How's it feel to be a Man City fan right now?
That's got to suck so bad.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to tarnish a certain. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna. I'll say it to Charlie later, but
yeah, well, I'll hear it later. Don't worry.
You will. I'll be nice, mate. I'll do it off camera. Because I'm nice to you.
Can't kick someone when they're down.
It's not a great thing at the moment, but at least we got a guaranteed 3 points against Arsenal tomorrow.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I think you'll win 3-0. I've got you winning 3-0, to be honest.
Do you know what? I want to just mention that.
I'll put 6-0.
Because I've got a funny feeling. That it's not going to be quite as straightforward as we think for City.
Yes, it will.
I do.
I don't think it will be because because obviously with City not having that striker, and is Jesus going to play up front?
Torres.
So he's going to play. So he's going to play Torres, Ferran Torres up front. And but even so, I still think it's not going to be quite as easy. And do you know what I'm going to say? I can't remember what I said in the predictions, but I'm going to go. I'm going to actually go for an Arsenal. I'm going to go Arsenal on this. I'm going to go a 1-0 Arsenal.
I'll put a tenner on it right now. Talk.
You might be the first person in the history of the world to say that Arsenal are going to beat City.
Just remember, Arsenal have not beaten Manchester City in 11 games. Yeah. They haven't scored. I can't remember. The last time they scored, it was a 3-1 win. That was 3-1 defeat. That was 2 years ago. Koscielny scored. If they lose this game, that is Arsenal's worst record. Koscielny scored it. If Arsenal lose this game, that'll be their worst run against any team in the Premier League. It'll be 9 defeats to any one club.
Jesus Christ!
Wait, there's some facts for you.
I've got a fact here about Arsenal as well.
Tottenham, that's counted as a trophy. Let's be honest.
True. We already know they've got a special trophy. Arteta has lost more games in 20 than Wenger has in 6 years, and they wanted Wenger out, but then there's people who want
I think they want him back now.
Yeah,
But,
I can do anything for him.
I'll finish off the comments and then I'll wrap up with the final bit. Stephen, still happy to come on if you want me to. I'm going to wrap up soon, Stephen. I'll be so it's okay. Little Bucko, he is a sound guy. Go and subscribe to him because it's like a new YouTube channel he does have. Just a quick one, Benjamin Mendy situation. He can't defend on the pitch. How can he defend himself in court? I prefer not to speak. 50 million they paid.
50 million for a prisoner.
That's got to be the most brutal comment of the night.
Man City bought okay, yeah, I won't repeat that one. Yeah, so I will go to the last bit of the stream. I was just going to do a quick preview of what everyone thinks the game is going to be like, Man United versus Wolves, because we had to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, how couldn't we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo? The news is still not sinking in. I've had Sky Sports News on all day since I got home from work, and once I come downstairs I'll be watching Sky Sports News still.
Can he play in the game though or not? Can he play in the match or not? Was he not?
He's not available. Yeah. He's not available.
Not available.
We'll see him after international break though against Newcastle.
Good luck, Newcastle, with that one.
He's got to score a hat trick against them.
It's going to get pocketed by Jamal Lascelles.
Oh, Brucey out.
Shut up, you.
Talk, how do you think the game is going to be for Wolves? Do you think we're going to win? Do you think Ollie's going to change his tactics, perhaps? What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're going to win. Not really think Wolves are going to cause us too many problems, if I'm honest with you. I think this is the moment now where Ollie is going to have to. He's going to have to drop like he did in the last game. You know, he played Fred and Matic, but this time I think he's going to have to give McTominay. I think he should play McTominay in that number 6, and then maybe who else? Well, it'll be what is it? Not Van der Beek. Yeah, maybe Van der Beek.
Yeah, and people have told him to try him, especially now he's bulked up during like the pre-season because he's gone really big. So it'd be good to see if he can actually play that defensive midfielder role, just because he doesn't really suit much other positions, does he? Like Bruno's position is his main position, and he seemed to play well against Matic in pre-season, but it's pre-season too at the end of the day.
Yeah, so I do think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna be more. I think Ollie will be more attack minded. He may even change the system. He may even change up to 4-3-3.
Oh, Bath Time has said that McTominay is injured. He is injured. He's had surgery.
Oh, okay. So that's not out of the question. So it's gonna have to be. Matic then. He can't.
I swear to God, if he chooses Matic and Fred against Wolves, I'm going to go up the pissing wall.
I don't want to see
put Ronaldo in defensive midfield.
I don't want to see either of their names, to be honest with you. And I think, you know what, if he plays it right in the front areas, you just stick Matic in there and just say, look, you just stay there. Don't go over the halfway line, for fuck's sake. Just stay.
All we need is someone to fit straight. Like, we need the wing backs to go forward, and then like a Matic to sit in between Varane and Maguire, just protecting them.
Yes, so that's
enough time for the wing backs to come back.
That's the thing, you see, and that's all he is. Is it all he's there for? It's like, you know, we know the number 6 role, what it entails, and everything else, and he's got all of that in his locker. The only thing he hasn't got is the legs, so he can observe from that position. He can be the recycler. He can be the last man, so to speak, between the two at the back if anyone tries to break on us. But what that does is it gives the opposition who are trying to break on you, it gives them another thing to think about. They have to think, oh shit, wait a minute. You know, you've got Matic there, you know, he closing you down if you're in possession of the ball, you know, early. He can spot that. That's his job. He's watching and observing. He can see it. He reads the game. You know, he can see the runs. This is what you've got to do. You don't look at the runs. You identify who's most likely to break here. You know what I mean? And you keep your eye on them, and you see them making them runs, and when you know they're in possession of the ball, you've got to then anticipate and get into a good position, because then if they receive the ball to that player, He's then like, oh shit, right, I've got someone to negotiate here. And by that time, you've slowed him. It only takes a second or two for Shaw and Wan-Bissaka to get back into position, and other players, you know, and that's what he's there for, is to be that little, you know, that little buffer. So
all he needs to do is stand. He doesn't even. We know he's not got legs anymore, but he doesn't need to run. He just stands in the middle.
Yeah,
there's a big jock off Serbian wall, and have Varane and Maguire do the running tracking back.
That's it. That's it.
Jump backwards and mark whoever's fucking running ahead of him.
Yeah, and the thing is with that is that we if you look at some of our games, you look at how our shape in the transition of the opponent, where we've given too much respect to their attempts at a break, that we then, for our position, our attacking position becomes so like ragged and non-existent that we then win possession back. Then we have to start again, and it all has to start again. The whole build-up. But you know what? That isn't even necessary a lot of the time. You go back and watch games and pause it and look, and you can say, look, if this player here if he just shifts across, he's got that covered. Them two are already back into position. You've got the Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka getting back. There's no need for everybody else to be running back and getting into so deep and losing and surrendering that space that we've worked hard for to gain in an attack, in a build-up. You don't need to do that. You maintain those spaces and trust your number 6, trust your right back and left back to get back in time, to get back to win possession of the ball. So if it comes back to the defenders through the number 6, he either, like I say, he can either pass it to the defenders who can launch it, either launches it himself, or either left or right, then bombs forward whoever's the quickest. One pass out, then we are still in a really good shape and position to actually can maintain the attack again. You don't want to have to keep on building up these attacks right from the start every single time. There's no need,
because we defend in like a back 6 or a 7. So you've got, say, Rashford's fit. You've got Rashford stood on the halfway line on the left. You've got Greenwood up front, and then whoever on the right, or Cavani. You've literally got 3 people to aim at. And if that goes to Fred, he's never, ever in the memory man getting that ball to him. So you've got to rely on the ball to get to Fernandes or Pogba to get that ball forward. But that new number 6, whoever it might be, they're going to have the ability to run with that ball and make a cracking pass through. And that's when the counter-attack is going to count the most.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you see. That's the thing with the number 6 is he will anticipate, he will read the game. And if somebody let's say they attempt to break, and then one of the other midfielders reads it and goes, right, no, I'm not having that. Wan-Bissaka reads it as well, and he moves in. They close them down, force a mistake, force an error, and it goes to the number 6. Then, he can either see a pass that he will already have identified because of the position held. There's no point. Just like a lot of the time, when you see us, we've been pressing, we've been pushing up front, and then they get the ball. We then go right back. Then all of a sudden, bing! It pings to one of our players. They make a run. They get down to the corner flag, and then on the wing, put a ball in. There's nobody there. Time and time again that happens, and that's because, like I said, we're letting our attacking shape break down too easily, concerning about not trusting what's going on at the back.
Yeah, because you see, we get the ball on the edge of the box, and there's no one there because Fred's still trying to get back from fucking goalkeeper line. McTominay's trying to do the same. The only place he can put it is in the box where fucking no one is.
Yeah, that's it, and that's a lot.
It's so frustrating.
I think
we should all just be like managers of United, all fucking 6 of us.
Well, yeah, we should on the coaching stuff, because at the end of the day, he's got, now this is what I've been getting at with Ole. He has to, whoever it is, he's gonna, whether we buy the number 6 or not, he has to make a decision. Right. In this moment, it can't be Fred. It just cannot be. So it can only be Matic. He has to give Matic a specific role to do with specific instructions. He has to stick to that. And he has to also trust Varane and Maguire, and also Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, who are more than good enough, right, to judge the attack when we're building it up. Do you both need to be so high up? No, you don't. Which is their weakest side? Is it left or is it right? Whichever is their weakest side, you exploit, and on the other side, you hang back a bit, ready. You either tuck in to make the numbers up, or you get ready. You can bomb back, or even more so, if they try and squirt it out to their wing to get a run on the wing, you push forward and stop it at source. Get in there and stop him. That way, he's got to release the ball and push it sideways. By which point, we're on him. You know, we keep our shape, our attacking shape. So it's going to be interesting to see because, again, now teams are going to, once Ronaldo does don that red shirt and walk onto that pitch, whether it be as the right-sided player or the striker, it's going to be interesting to see how teams are going to react to that because there's one thing for sure is they are going to have to react to it. They're going to have to probably double up on him, put 2 men on him. And this is what makes me think he may well choose to put him on the right-hand side and say to him,
space.
You go out on that right-hand side and put Sancho on the left and say to Ronaldo, you just go down there because we know for a fact they're not going to try and one-on-one you because you know as well as anybody else, you're going to say, hey, see you in a bit, gone. That's end of that. Yeah, and he's going to be in space and he's going to have time to either take a shot or play a beautiful crossing or just to lay a ball in and bang. So they can't do that. They cannot ignore his threat. So for me, if you put him out there, they're going to have 2 players. They're going to stretch their defence so much that, you know what, everybody else then can take up the positions that they're vacating. We should be able to retain possession of the ball. And they're not going to risk pressing too hard with too many numbers. Because again, like I say, you've got players like Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno, to exploit that space with the skill sets that they've got. It'd be suicide.
This makes it so much more exciting to play like teams like the likes of like Brighton. Do you know where they like to push back and sort of sit back? Ronaldo's going to be that person to just completely open it up. That's where we've struggled mainly last season anyway, where we couldn't break teams down. I think this is definitely the time.
100%. Yeah,
excited.
Completely agree. Can't wait neither for this season, especially now Ronaldo is coming. It's going to be really good, isn't it? Just seeing him back in the Premier League and knowing that he's 36 now, it's good to see on how he is going to react physically at Man United as well.
Yeah. Totally he's stronger now, isn't he, as well? He's stronger than he was to begin with when he was younger, when he was at United before, wasn't he? He's a lot stronger now. So
I feel like we got rid of him when he was like skillful and rapid and pacey and everything like that, and we've just got him back as like a complete player, like the finished product. I'm excited. He's
a machine. He's an absolute machine, and you know what? He's gonna not only is he gonna bring his skill set and everything else, he's also gonna bring ideas to the rest of especially the younger players and any other players that are interested. How do you keep yourself so pristine, Cristiano? That's what we want to know. And he can pass all this on. He can pass his nutritional tips on. He can pass his exercise tips. He can pass his yoga, whatever it is he does, right? And he can pass all this on, and he can say to these kids, the youth players especially, listen, if you want to be the greatest, there is nothing stopping you apart from yourself. Mason Greenwood, you have all the talent in the world. It is up to you if you want to become one of the greatest names in football. Simple as that. Yeah. And when you've got someone like Cristiano Ronaldo stood next to you telling you that, you are absorbing it. And not only him,
You've got Cavani. He's got the 2 best players to learn from. If he wants to become one of the best youngsters in the world, he has got the best 2 people to learn from. And if he doesn't become at least like a world-class player with these 2 right next to him, teaching him, then I don't know what would happen with Mason Greenwood. I have no hope for him if he does not improve with these 2 training him.
I think
maybe he'll fail. There's no way he'll fail.
No, he won't. That's what I was going to say, Reece. I think I can't see how Mason Greenwood will, with his family unit around him, with Ollie around him, the rest of the squad around him. I don't see
you can already see how good he's getting under Cavani with him as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Like you can already see the improvement.
He's not going to let it pass him by, this opportunity. He's going to be hanging back in training if Ronaldo's hanging back in training and Cavani's hanging back in training to do extra work on their fitness. He's going to be there sniffing around him like a fly around a piece of doo-doo. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to be...
Good analogy there, Tom.
Do you know what I mean?
You mark my words. Fucking 2 months' time, Greenwood's going to come out looking like Popeye, just fucking flying at every ball that comes in head first.
Exactly, mate. Danny, you're bang on there, and that's the thing. Mason's going to be looking at these two, and he's like, well, right, okay, right. And he's going to have a chat where he's just talk to them. Listen, what do I have to do? What's the best advice for me from you, for me to do here? And you're getting advice from like two of the fiercest strikers of football the game's ever seen, right? Mate, this kid in even just a few months' time can convert himself from a real quality piece of talent to an absolute machine.
You could turn Phil Jones into a world-class striker.
I'll defend them all, right?
I'll go one further. Ronaldo would actually make Jordan Henderson fit for a full season.
Yeah.
I'll finish up with this comment. This is a Liverpool fan here, and he is talking about the quality of our squad, how amazing and how good the squad is now. And when you look at it and you read all these names on the screen, you just do not believe it whatsoever. But it's good that you get rival fans actually appreciating the squad we do have.
You sure it was a rival fan? It was
I am sure.
A rival fan that likes Wayne Rooney.
He's definitely not a Liverpool fan.
He is actually a really good fan. He's a Liverpool fan, but he does have some really good views.
Don't hold that against him.
Yeah.
But his YouTube profile picture is Wayne Rooney in a Man United shirt. Are you sure he's a Liverpool fan?
I don't know.
His latest comment, he's not a Liverpool fan.
So it's not fucking adding up here, Maisie.
He just butchered some guy called Little Buckle calling him a Liverpool fan when he's got Wayne Rooney as his profile picture.
Yeah.
You horrible human being.
No, I actually have someone called Little Bucko on Twitter, and he is a Liverpool fan, so I actually thought it was him.
Here we go. Fucking story.
That is the case, but I'm going to wrap it up now because I made myself look stupid. Dana, where can I find you?
Twitter. MUFC Dan07, I think it is.
And Reese, where can we find you?
You can find me at Not Making a Mistake on R7UM1T3D. You can also find me on the Weekly Armchair Sports Talk. Thanks very much. And Twitch, I'll bring up next time when I actually get back into it. It's just kind of
quite good on Twitch, by the way, so I would definitely recommend him watching his Twitch. I did say he was a Burnley fan, but I'll open my hands up and say he's no Burnley player
not this
anymore.
shit again.
He plays at Man United. I promise
every
you guys.
Fuck Burnley. Honest to God, fuck Burnley. Right there you go. Like Burnley can.
Okay.
I like football, but Burnley can fuck off.
What's your Twitch?
Oh, Sean Dice. Do you like Sean Dice?
I don't actually. I like his honesty, but no, I don't. It's Reese_Lightning 1997. Thanks for having me on, Maisie. It's been a good show.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Tony, where can we find you?
By the way, can I just quickly big up the Bees for tomorrow, because we've got a big game against the Villa tomorrow. So,
oh, really? I didn't know, because Bees were a bit irrelevant, weren't they, apart from when they stung Arsenal, but okay.
Well, I'm just hoping Tony's going to break his start
I'm
tomorrow.
just kidding. I actually don't mind Brentford as a team. I really like watching them, so I will.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You say that now. Anyway,
if Tony scores, I'll get more satisfied. But where can we find you?
Mainly on Twitter and on these streams, Stephen streams and whatever as well. So pretty much everywhere at the moment. But thanks again for letting me come on again, mate. So it's been brilliant again. You were great again, by the way. So
thank you, Charlie. Where can we find you?
Filled up crying in the nearest toilet.
You all gassed apart from Charlie.
Oh, God. Dugout Daily on YouTube, MCFC Hibs on Twitter, and you can also find Ronaldo in Ruben Diaz's pocket.
Yeah.
What we will find is Ruben Diaz on the floor when Ronaldo gets past him and scores.
Yeah.
To be fair, right? He says he says Ruben Diaz will have Ronaldo in his back pocket. I'm sure Wan-Bissaka is still opening out his pockets when here comes Raheem Sterling's head. Oh yeah, you're still in there. All right, you little bitch. Back in my pocket.
He'll outlead Diaz as well. Massive leap.
We'll go to talk. Where can we find you?
You can find me singing in the shower. This is how it feels to be sitting. This is how it feels when the club means nothing. You find me on Twitter, I Talk MU. You'll find me on Dugout Daily. You'll find me on this great channel. You'll find me on SVP TV, Man United Agenda, Rich Sports, Red United TV, everywhere.
Yeah, just fucking. You should have just said fucking everywhere.
That's literally what me and Talk are. We're everywhere on YouTube. Like.
Yeah, slags.
Yeah,
we're a pair of slags.
I've got the kings of Twitter. I've got the kings of YouTube on here tonight, and I feel privileged to have the kings.
I mean, he literally just called me a slag, but I suppose if I'm everywhere on YouTube, like it's either that or you just call me a man that just shows up.
Well, it could be something like that, but I meant it in a nice way. Don't worry.
Rather than be called a slag, you cheeky.
But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Please go like and subscribe to my channel. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you for the panel for tuning in. Thanks as well for Charlie for coming on and did not shed a tear. It's been lovely to have you
Not
on.
yet.
He'll shed a tear when we take his Mickey Mouse couple from him when Ronaldo scores the winner.
I'll be crying into my pillow tonight, don't worry.
And I do also say thank you as well for people who said the comments on the live chat. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will be back on Tuesday. I will be doing a deadline day watch along from 10 p.m. until the window does close, and I'll be doing perhaps maybe 2 streams on the weekend. I'll be maybe doing a match reaction for the Man United women game versus Reading. And then the Sunday one, we are going to be doing the Champions League preview, which will be quite good. I've got a Chelsea fan on there, so if anyone wants to hear about Chelsea views, then come on, tune in. But for now,
stop getting your ratings up.
You want to send someone to sleep? Come and listen to them. Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Music record lows because of fucking Chelsea fans on here. Jesus Christ.
I'm nice to all fans.
Bullshit.
Too right, bullshit. Jesus.
Nice to you, Carla. I've been nice to you until yesterday. You was laughing at me over Ronaldo. I have to get my revenge.
Nice to fans, but you guys know me. She says I play like frickin' Burnley. I don't know what nice is. That's not nice. That's bullying.
I've come out and said you play like Man United now. You play like Man United.
Nah, one stream's not enough to
until next week.
Wound my ego. Like
at least I didn't say you play like Stoke like Charlie did. But okay. But everyone, thank you again, and I will see you all on Tuesday. For now, bye.
Is everyone bye? Bye.